Hello and welcome. This is a snapshot reading for Pisces for mid-January 2023. Welcome to the table, Pisces. This will be a very quick reading, probably 10 to 15 minutes at the maximum. I have pre-shuffled the cards. I will shuffle them again for you. They will all be in the upright position. I'll be using a 3-card spread, so 1, 2, 3. And each one of those 3 cards will have an additional 2 cards from the same deck as clarifying cards. So I do aim to keep this very short. This will just be to touch base with you mid-January. It did feel at the beginning of January that the energy had stalled. It just felt very much the same as last year, and I was a little bit concerned that we weren't moving on, and I know my own reaction was, oh no, here we go again. But it does, lately, just feels a little bit like it's starting to move. So that's a good thing. Okay, a little bit more and then off we go. Okay, so the first card is the Emperor. Second card is the 9 of Swords. And the third card is the 7 of Swords. So Pisces, the Emperor is all about either you or someone you know or someone coming towards you, or the energy coming towards you is very powerful, very authoritative. Someone who has a great deal of strength, confidence, control. This can be either a state situation. This could be you being in total control of your situation, which would be lovely. It can also be a boss. So this is somebody, that energy, as I say, is all about control. It's in the upright position, so this is somebody who's got wisdom. They've got knowledge. They know how to manage themselves. They know how to look after themselves. They know how to speak the truth. But they are sometimes a little bit overly focused on themselves. So we then have the 9 of Swords. So this is about fears. Perhaps fears of being small, being overwhelmed, frightened, nightmares, anxiety, all of those things. Feeling that you're not good enough. It can be any one of those things. So this is sort of a mental energy. As you can see, he's fighting his own inner demons. And the swords in this case are the demons because they could torture you. We can torture ourselves. We all do that. We can all torture ourselves with self-doubt and anxiety. So here we go. We've got the 7 of Swords. Again, this is the trickery, somebody being a traitor or betrayal. Somebody stealing, lying, cheating, any one of those things. As you can see, the fox is making off with one of the swords. It can also be that perhaps you feel defeated and you've just thrown all the swords down. And this is a feeling perhaps of being totally overcome. Perhaps you were, if you've had this terrible anxiety or pain, mental pressure, nervousness and anxiety, perhaps you've reached the point where you feel you can't keep going and you've just thrown away the swords and given up. So that can also be a sense of giving up or barely having the capacity to cope. That can also be that energy as well, which is so different from the very first energy, completely the opposite, because this Emperor is so much in control. But you can see he's standing in a high place, so taking the high moral ground. Let's have a look. We'll clarify each one of these cards. So just 2 cards for each one of the 3 cards. Okay, so this doesn't take too long. Okay, I've picked them up upside down. We better put them right way around. Okay, so we have the Fool starting on a new journey. the Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's rather nice. Okay. I'll clarify these ones as well. So the Nine of Swords, we'll clarify that. And here you can see the Nine of Swords, this person is really battling. So this is an internal battle, a real struggle. A struggle to fight off those, we call them the inner demons. And I can tell you we've all had those. I think there isn't a person in the world who doesn't have their inner demons attacking them every so often. Okay, so that's clarified by the Three of Pentacles. This card is coming out for a lot of people this year. One more. The Six of Pentacles. We'll clarify this last one. So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so that's a progression. Progression from the Nine of Pentacles. It's all over. So that's the finish, which is rather good. Let's have a look. One more card. Let's hope it's a positive one. Otherwise, Pisces, it does look like perhaps you're having quite a struggle. But there's some good cards on the table, so that doesn't really make sense. We'll just check. Okay, the Moon. So again, this can indicate perhaps you've had a lot of nightmares or a lot of sleepless nights, worries about something. Perhaps something's been hidden from you. Perhaps somebody hasn't been telling the truth. And that, you know, with this card here, I'm definitely perhaps getting the sensation that somebody hasn't been telling you the truth. Perhaps somebody's been hiding something from you. I'm not quite sure what they're hiding. You may have to ask more questions to find out what's been hidden from you. Okay, so the Fool is all about a new journey. So this is a carefree, confident, happy, you know, this person is just feeling completely at ease. There are no questions being asked. He just starts his journey. He doesn't look around too much. He just takes off and goes. Ace of Pentacles coming towards you. This is a new opportunity. So this is lovely energy coming towards you, perhaps a new opportunity or some money coming in towards you, which is also very nice. Can be just about finances, perhaps you've just new values, so perhaps you've had some reflection and you've decided that the things you don't want anymore, you are going to start a new journey. Perhaps now you could be starting a new job, or you might be deciding to cast off everything and travel barefoot around the world. But this does look like money's coming towards you, some sort of financial success perhaps, or a new job offer. So that's quite good. If it is a new job offer, and you have the Emperor there, I would have a little bit of a think about what this person expects from you. Because if this is going to be a boss, it's a fairly controlling energy. Usually perhaps it's a very big corporation you're going to be working for, but this is a very powerful, strong person. So if it is a new job opportunity, as I say, you could be working for somebody very powerful. Just check that your needs are being taken care of as well. Okay, so that person isn't just focused on themselves. But it's not in the negative position, so it seems okay. So Three of Wands, and as I said, nearly everybody's had this Three of Coins. Almost everyone's had this card. So you can see he's pursuing something creative. It's also a card of contracts. So for me, I always say when I see this card, if you are signing contracts, do read the fine print. Don't put yourself at a disadvantage later on and say, oh, well, I was just so excited, I just signed the contract. That won't keep you covered. If you are signing a contract, read the fine print. It does look like you've got some worries, perhaps here about a contract. If you can't get out of a contract, perhaps you need to consult some legal professional. But otherwise, this could be just taking up a new hobby or a new career. Let's have a look. So, Six of Pentacles is normally about having sufficient money to be able to share some, so that you have enough to pay your bills, that you can pay, that you can balance your books, and perhaps to have a little bit left over so you can be philanthropic, or that you can, share a little bit with your family. So that's rather nice. Now you've got this trickery, ten of swords here. As you can see, he is dead, dead, dead. Now that is traditionally an ending, but it can also be a painful ending. Now the painful ending could be if you've been going through depression, for example, or you've had a lot of worries, then hopefully you've come to the end of that period. Perhaps you've sought counselling or some advice from someone. Hopefully that's over. Now here the moon is always a card of making sure that you know what is. This is a sort of almost a fantasy card. You being in the dark perhaps, or somebody hiding in the dark and not telling you everything. So you've got the trickery card here, and this sort of final card, this sort of ending card. So make sure, again, it's interesting that this one has a book there. What have you learnt from the situation, perhaps? What do you need to find out from the situation? Make sure you discover the truth about what situation you're in, that nothing is hidden. Don't be under any illusion about where you're going. You do need to, so there's a light here, she's holding a torch. You need to shine a light on anything that's dark. If you have been in a dark mental place, perhaps you need to shine a light on that, go and seek some help. Maybe you need a little holiday. Somehow or another you need to kind of lift that dark energy off you. But you have got some nice energy here. You've got a new journey. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, perhaps a new contract, and sufficient money to carry you forward and pay your bills and meet your needs. So that's rather nice. So if you have had some worries, hopefully that looks like at least you've got the 10. That usually tells you it's coming to an end. So whatever you've been worrying about, Pisces, it does look like it's coming to an end. Hopefully you'll have less anxieties and worries. Thank you for watching, and I hope that's helped. If this hasn't quite reached you yet, it potentially has the energy coming towards you. Bye for now, Pisces.